I chose journalism because my parents wouldn't let me do creative writing.
I don't really remember anymore. I think there was an element that you wanted to be a storyteller. I think that's why all of us did.
I loved storytelling. That was the biggest thing for me.
I wanted to be in journalism when I was really little. I grew up watching the news with my family, and Carleton was always the #1 school to go to. It was kind of a no-brainer to come to Ottawa, and I'm really happy I did because it's been an amazing 4 years.
When I was really little, I wanted to be a child actor on Barney, which turned out to be not a viable dream. And then I started learning that you could be a news anchor, and that was really intriguing for me. So then ever since I realized what a news anchor was, I just have been passionate about journalism, and that's what made me decide to go here.
I chose the journalism program on a whim, actually. In grade 12, I told myself that I like telling stories and I like talking to people, so I was like, hey, I'll make a great journalist. As it turns out, I don't think I will, but I'm very glad I took this program.
I loved to write and I loved storytelling, and I felt like journalism would help me develop the platform I needed to become a better storyteller.
I really liked writing and creative writing, and I was trying to figure out a degree that would let me do that.
My guidance counselor told me to do it.
Because when I was a kid, I liked to write, and I mistakenly thought that this program would be the right one for me.
I really hated the news, so I thought this would be a good thing to do and spend 4 years of my life in.
I've always loved writing, and journalism just kind of seemed like the right fit.
Because there's nothing else that I could see myself doing ever.
I've always been really into radio and stuff, and I figured that learning kind of the more technical side of storytelling would be a really cool thing to have.
There's so many stories that are not being told and that should be told, and they can be told in so many different ways to create, we can be so creative with what we do that really, why not? Why not do it?
The ability to not only tell your own story, but be able to hear from other people and find a way to make people's stories combine into one bigger story. There's an art to that was really interesting to me.
I think what's really cool is how everyone, it's a competitive program, but it's not. Everyone's really kind of supported each other.
The people are great. I've had a lot of really great times.
Friends that I've made have been amazing, and I'll really miss being around a like-minded group of people, and just people who know what you're going through and know what's happening in your life and kind of understand your struggles because you're all working on the same thing.
Going through the 4 years of this program, I don't think I could have done it alone without my friends by my side. So I think that's definitely it. A support system in your life is really important.
I think probably some of the best classes were the ones we were most afraid of.
Oh man, I just loved all of them. But my favorite class, I have to say, is 4th year TV. It's been so much fun.
Ironically, TV.
Honestly, comm law in 2nd year, it was such a wild and crazy time to be alive. I don't know, Klaus became legendary for me in that moment. It was beautiful.
Probably Centertown News, because I learned so much more than just journalism in it. I learned how to work with a team, how important some things are, accuracy and stuff like that. These are things we always talk about, but when you're actually producing a community newspaper where people will read you and people kind of depend on you for the news, you get this sense of responsibility that you don't just get in any other classroom.
This year I took a sports reporting class, and that was 100% my favorite. It was just offered this year, so I'm really lucky that I had the chance. It was just the best experience, and it allowed me to kind of work on a niche that I didn't know I was good at.
I think my favorite journalism class has been 3rd year radio. It was the first time that I really got to try something that I'd always really loved, and it was the first time I felt really good about what I actually wanted to do.
I would have to say J4K, probably, because I love hanging out with Randy. We all love spending time with him. And it's nice for us all to be together and hanging out, talking about issues, just having a good time.
Photography class, it's really different, really creative. And I also really liked analytical reporting in 3rd year, because I thought that kind of let us write about whatever we wanted for once, and it was really fun.
Photography with John Kelly was a great class. And the second class would probably be 2nd year reporting with Neil Hessler and Neil Morrison.
3rd year radio with Dick Gordon, because he was a phenomenal professor, not just in the class, but outside as well. He gave me a lot of guidance and a lot of advice.
I have a love-hate relationship with 4th year television. I loved it in the sense that I loved what I produced, and I really like video production.
but it also made me a stress crier. So that wasn't fun. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it.
I hated first year. I thought that was stupid. Reporting sucked. I can tell you my least favorite. No, I'm not going to say that because the teacher's probably going to be there.
My dream, Dom, is to be a journalist. Yeah, super original. But actually, from doing TV, anchoring sounds like it's going to be a super cool thing to do when I'm really old and white-haired and maybe bald. Yeah, anchoring.
It's changed a bit, but something to do with audio production. Probably either producing and managing a radio program or developing some sort of podcast where I'm kind of like main producer, head bitch in charge.
Head bitch in charge.
A parody reporter on Saturday Night Live and replace Seth Meyers?
I would say probably being an account executive or a VP at a really cool PR marketing agency would be ideal.
I would love to be paid to just travel the world and write about where I go and the experiences of people there, so the narratives and finding new stories.
I would love to be print, TV, radio, in any of those fields and doing multimedia, because I just believe that I want to be able to tell human stories and to be able to connect with people the way journalists are able to do.
Actress? I'm gonna go with actress.
My dream job, would be to be like an athlete.
As long as I'm doing something creative, something that makes me happy, something where I get to work in an environment with a group of people who are also creative, that's all I really want.
I think my dream job would be somewhere with a pen and paper and a bulletproof vest on.
What am I doing after I graduate? Really? That's a question?
I'm going to Hawaii right after I graduate.
I am working at the CBC for a month for Our Ottawa and Absolutely Canadian in April. After that, I'm really not sure. I'm hoping to work in arts and culture. That's my favorite beat by far.
Well, I'll be continuing my freelance writing with Sports Energy News in Cornwall, and hopefully I will be working somewhere in sports. That's my goal. I would love to work at TSN.
I'm taking a year off to learn life skills, so I'm going to learn how to change a tire, and I'm going to learn how to do my taxes and how to cook. And then after that, I'm going to go to teacher's college. That's the plan. It's always been the plan.
After I graduate, I have an internship with the CBC. So we'll see where that takes me.
I will literally take any journalism job.
I've learned that it's okay to be very incredibly stressed out and think that you're probably going to die, but it'll typically work out in the end, mostly because you can always rely on your friends to get you through those moments.
Don't be afraid. It's probably the lesson I would take away from these 4 years. Do what you can, do what it takes, and don't be afraid to take risks, because that's what's going to get you far in the future, in this program, and in life.
People are hard to crack, harder than you think.
I've learned several life lessons, but I think one of the biggest ones I've learned is how to work under pressure and how to work under lots of stress and having lots and lots of things to do, but being able to just put on a tough, hard helmet on and just be like, I'm gonna go for it, I can do this.
I don't know that there's one lesson. I think there's a lot of little ones that even in the most stressful moments, you're gonna make it through to work really well under a deadline.
Definitely take risks and don't be nervous that you're going to look like a stalker emailing someone randomly or calling someone randomly. It usually works out, and if you look a little crazy, well, you probably will never talk to them again, so it's okay.
Anything else I want to add? You're ending this like a true journalist. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I don't like most of you. That's it.
It's Iran, not Iran, and Muslim, not Muslim.
Just the friends and the people you meet, they kind of last, and those relationships last. They stay with you for a long time after.
Okay, I don't know. Don't put that in, please.
Add this dancing in there.
Should come naturally.
Get my good side. Just kidding, I don't have a good side right now.
Practicing my top model poses, Christy.
This is so funny. Okay.
It's been an experience. It's been fun. It's been challenging.
It's been really fun getting to know all of you for these past 4 years, and I really enjoyed most of my time in journalism. But also I've learned that all of us have incredible skills, and don't let people take you for granted and make you work for free, because screw that. You should get paid. That's all I have to say.
Thank you to everyone who's dealt with all of this crap, all of my venting and just constant issues with everything, because that's kind of what happens in this program. But also thank you to everyone who helped me and each other kind of push through and get to where we are now. And congratulations to everyone, because we did it.
I'm very grateful for where I am today, and I don't think I would be here without this crazy, wonderful program. So, yeah.
Best of luck to everyone.
We're a good bunch, I think.
We all did it together.